So let's see what he's up to.
Greetings, Geralt.
Your Highness.
Congratulations on the Professor. Pompous twit tried to blackmail me once. Thanks for the good news.
My pleasure.
What brings you here?
I feel like I need help.
Some people I care about need help.
I wish you luck.
What's the situation in Vizima?
Total chaos. But thanks to my agents, Foltest returned and is trying to restore order.
I see. I'd like to be on my way, sire.
Farewell.
Landlines there. Fireplace for leveling up. Carmen.
Thank you, Geralt. Thanks again.
How are the girls?
They still speak of you. Shani and I have become friends.
Good. I hope she's well.
She treats the sick and wounded no matter their race. Not all look kindly on that.
I see.
Unfortunately, I haven't seen her since it all began.
I'll try to find her. Farewell.
Don't think we ever really interacted with her, but whatever. Vincent?
Good luck, Witcher.
Yeah. We're entering the final stretch of the game, the 5th chapter.
Ah, you're in time for quite a scrap.
Looks quiet.
All quiet at the front. Here they clash, there they grunt, and again, all quiet at the front. Yavin won. Almost all Visima's non-humans took up arms.
How'd that happen?
When the Order started killing women and children, even the most assimilated elves rebelled. Dumbest move since the age of King Desmond.
Maybe the Grand Master wanted to provoke non-humans.
As if that wasn't enough. Rumors surfaced about non-humans being resettled in old Visima because we're more susceptible to plague. Fucking fairy tale, of course.
What are you doing here?
We need to repel the attacking knights. Then I want to lead the civilians and Shani's patients out of old Visima.
Shani's in old Vizima?
She's organized a kind of field hospital. She mentioned you.
I'll try breaking through to her.
Oh, we gotta get Shani out of there. And she goes over to Seema hunt down the salamander boss. Yeah. Also a great cover that there's plague! And so on. That area is just locked off and they can do whatever they please. And yeah, even the most assimilated elves and humans start rebelling. Everyone's being driven to extremes. Time of contempt. Fire and shadow.
Defend yourself, bum! Die, rogue!
Because we've chosen to go the wrong sword. The neutral route. Let's go tell quest item. Probably some kind of quest to gather them. Not the wrong sword. The music's ramping up too. This I like. Let's see if I can infinitely respawning enemies on both sides. Non-humans from the old city. And the order from the city proper. Loot the knights. Assuming they have something on them, but apparently they don't. Go away.
I do not fear death!
Commando leader. Maybe he should have feared death. will not run off to kill himself. Interesting here. Not really. Can we just bypass him? No, we have to kill him. Click early. How many commando leaders? I'm sending out at once. Apparently not enough. Blueberries. Oh, come on, let us just go to the old Zima.
I do not fear death.
And it opens up again. The new dwarf. Elder Seaman. It's because we need to murder both sides. Oh. No. Let's just need to not be aggroing anyone and killing them. Just had to not be aggroing anyone. Elder Zima. Seeming also on fire. Chapter 5.
Gracious sire, this is madness. You should not expose yourself to such danger. Wait here and allow me to summon a stronger force.
Nonsense, Velerad. This is my city, the capital of my kingdom. Damn it, I rule this land, and I refuse to creep around its corners.
Gracious sire!
Silence! You know you might as well wipe your ass with those intelligence reports. I want to see it with my own eyes.
Non-humans attacking! Protect the king!
For freedom! Kill the dwarf!
I'll hang you by your own guts, human!
It's the Grand Master. We're saved.
You return, sire. I trust you are not too late. Your kingdom is in need.
You should know kings are never late, Jacques.
Sire, flames engulf half the city, and the blood of your subjects fills the gutters. This is no time for word games. You must act.
What do you propose?
Allow me to command your army, and the freedom to do as I see fit.
Never. Over my dead body.
It was close this time. Next time, I might arrive too late to help.
I've seen enough. Velerad, back to the castle. What is he doing here?
He dropped in. He seems to have a talent for that. What shall I do with him?
He'll come with us. I have a matter to discuss with him.
So the Grand Master of the Order is seemingly some kind of mage.
Witcher of Rivia.
Sire, I am honored.
As I'm sure you surmised, I have not summoned you here out of whim. A serious matter weighs upon us. A curse binds my daughter. I want you to remove it. I have gathered all who might offer aid. DeWitt has been the princess's adjutant for the past half-year. Velerad has known Ada since her childhood. And Triss Merigold is here for her extensive knowledge of magic and female intuition. Consult them and think upon this matter. We shall speak about it again soon.
As you wish, Your Highness.
In the meantime, equally urgent issues demand our attention.
I'm listening, sire.
Witcher, imagine returning home from an excursion against a monster, a Kikimor for instance, only to discover your home a whorehouse.
Your Highness.
I'm not finished. Those you left in charge failed you. A traitor threatens to oust you from the home of your ancestors. Wouldn't you be angered? Would you not elect to shed more blood?
Forgive me, sire, but we Witchers don't meddle in politics.
Yes, the famed neutrality. Alas, that is a luxury I cannot afford. Both sides chose my city as a battleground. Both will be duly punished.
I understand, sire, but how can I help?
You could start by being more enthusiastic about aiding a king. You could offer to slay whomever I choose.
Forgive me, sire, but...
Silence, Witcher, before you say too much. Rulers don't enjoy being refused more than once.
I'm certain you're right, sire.
I must attend to some urgent matters. Speak with these excellent minds. Gain their insight. And don't forget my daughter, Witcher. I'm counting on you.
I won't forget.
My servant will summon you when I have more time.
Photos Castle, Tris, Velrad and De Wet. Two of those are trustworthy. The remaining, that guy right there, as you can see by his glowing eyes, we cannot trust him. I truly believe he is evil. He's an Nilfgaardian and a member of the Order. Bad plus bad does not equal good. It equals evil. At least if we are being very, very, very simple. But he tried to have us killed earlier. He's no good. King left us with Triss, Velrad and De Wet. Wants us to consult them before we meet again. Ada has turned into Striga once again, and I need to figure out what to do. The king shall summon me again soon. Her Highness is Striga. So her curse has been re-triggered. That's not good. Little Geralt and us. We shall do everything in our power to ensure everything goes fluently, or goes smoothly, nicely. A Foltest Castle, or Foltest Castle. Castle was completed around the time when King Foltest's previous seat was taken over by Striga, the product of the ruler's incestuous affair with his own sister. Spacious stone halls, stained glass windows, and vaulted ceilings indicate that dwarven engineering was employed here. King Foltest is a very active ruler and often travels. Though when in Vizima, he usually occupies his chambers and generally remains at the castle with his modest court. In the throne room, the king grants audiences to his subjects, be they petitioners or trusted advisors. And Old Vizima itself. Surrounded by its low palisade, Old Vizima conjures the spirit of yesteryear, when even the capitals of powerful nations look like makeshift collections of wooden, thatched huts, and their streets were filled with hens and dirty children. Relocating his seat from the old manor to the royal castle, King Foltest began the long process of converting Vizima from a wooden village into a brick town. The war was merciless to Old Vizima's inhabitants. At its end, the area became something of a ghetto for non-humans. Assimilated elves and dwarves were forced to settle where even the poor did not want to live. Currently, Old Vizima is an arena of skirmishes between Knights of the Order and the Scoia'tael. Yeah, and we're going to be going on expeditions out there, fighting both sides, fighting for ourselves. And let us do one of these, please. That was a lengthy cutscene. We want to overwrite that. Yes, indeed, we do. The Elite Royal Guard, and if I recall correctly, these guys have some very good information for us.
Temeria will be victorious!
For example, let's see what Triss has to say.
Geralt, I was worried about you.
I worried too. I'm proud of you. Heard how you fought for Alvin. Horrible things are happening in Vizima.
True, but the king has placed me under his, protection. Tell me, where's Alvin?
Alvin vanished into thin air one day, despite the amulet I gave him.
Vanished? That's awful. He might be anywhere in time and space. I'd hoped the amulet would block those abilities.
I hope he'll be all right. Triss, I've been thinking about us.
Oh, Geralt.
I love you, I want to be with you no matter what. Or, we shouldn't deceive ourselves, it's impossible. We will go with the top one because This is both Triss and Yennefer in the same person, by all means, and something overarching plot.
I love you. I want to be with you no matter what. Love is the sole thing of beauty in these rotten times.
Geralt.
I could change, take fewer risks. We'd find Alvin, live together. I'd build a house.
A house? Nice dream. You could breed horses and sheep. I'd tend the garden, cook meals. We'd sell what we grew to buy copper pots, iron rakes. We'd age with dignity. Evenings you'd play bagpipes of your own making as a remedy for my gloom. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to... Geralt, say something.
I can't lose you.
I'm here. These are trying times. We just need to survive. We can dream again when the madness passes.
Triss,
I love you too, Geralt. To the end of time.
Okay. Does she have anything actually relevant to what we're doing? What do we need to chat with this guy again?
Don't tangle with us!
That's what I was looking for. The best piece of voice work in this entire game.
Geralt.
What do you think about the situation with Ada? My endgame with Salamander draws near. Need a skilled armorer to remake it. Someone with great knowledge of metals. What do you think, everyone? This here, let's go with that. Because something, autism.
I'd need a skilled armorer to remake it. Someone with great knowledge of metals.
Kalkstein. He's an old Vizima. He's certainly not short on knowledge, and would help you.
Nice.
What do you think happened to Alvin?
Frankly, I never guessed he'd bypass the Dimeridium. That would be a feat for many sorcerers. Clearly, he has enough power to teleport himself anywhere, perhaps even through time.
Remember this.
What do you think about the situation with Ada?
She's a Striga, Geralt. We both know that curses don't cast themselves.
Any theories?
Years ago, when you first removed the curse, you ordered the princess to wear a necklace with an inclusion. Juniper, broom, and hazel branches were to be burned in her chambers.
Don't tell me. Someone replaced the necklace and added crap to the fire.
Yes, someone close to her who knew the secret. Velerad might know something.
So you think I should aid the king?
Definitely. In a sense, I'm a political prisoner. I could teleport away, but that would be highly inappropriate, and I still have a few matters to settle here.
Namely?
I can't tell you. For the time being, my position is tenuous. If you help Foltest with the Striga, maybe you could vouch for me. I could resolve a few things and go free. How about it?
If that's what you want, Triss.
Thank you, Geralt.
Now those are Triss's character traits, wanting to move up in the political...
Yes?
Fucking hell. Move up the political ladder. Is it with the knight saying it, or is it duet? Whatever. This guy has more to say, I think.
Temeria will be victorious!
He'll have those two then.
Long live Foltest!
And that was the third one, but don't tangle with him.
Greetings, Geralt.
Greetings, Velerad.
I saw you speaking with the king. I gather it was unpleasant.
It could be worse.
Geralt.
I'm a bit afraid, Velerad. The king looked irate.
The king told me about Ada.
Dreadful, you warned us it might return. Can you break the spell a second time?
We'll see. You seem to remember the last time. Well, certainly. Though I grow weary of fading fools.
We'll see. You seem to remember last time well.
Certainly. You stayed from dusk till dawn in the old manor house where the Striga had her sarcophagus. Kept half the city awake with the noise you made. We went to the manor at dawn and saw the two of you lying on the floor by the sarcophagus in a pool of blood. You were barely breathing, but the princess was cured. With the traitor Ostrid dead, the king was overjoyed.
See, Ostrid was only mentioned in that one short story, if I recall correctly. Just someone who tried to overthrow Foltest, or some way use Ada's Striga condition as a way to further his own political gains. It's not really important for us. He's a minor node. So we'll go with the many victims around, or yeah, let's just go immediately for that.
Many victims this time round?
I don't know. These days, the corpses lie thicker than flies on a pile of manure.
Know where the Striga sleeps in daytime?
No, but she's been seen in Old Vizima. She may hunt there.
Removing the princess's curse will be risky.
True, but the king has ways of encouraging you to do it.
We'll see.
Do what you will, but remember, Foltest loves his daughter very much.
I know.
Geralt.
He also loved his sister very much, enough to conceive his daughter with her. I'll just ask him this for fun.
Aren't you a bit afraid, Velerad? The king looked irate.
At me?
I'd watch what I say if I were you.
I've served Temeria all my life. If they condemn me, I'll hold my head high as I walk to the gallows.
Farewell.
I've seen all the steamer, but sleeps during the day. That's no one wants to sleep during the day. Should we see an older steamer? Look for that. Armor. I see Kalkstein. He's shooting us something.
Don't tangle with us!
That'll never get old to me. It's, you know, a primitive response in my brain that goes, that there? That is funny. That is good. I don't know. Meow yourself. Let's see, count to it.
Witcher?
Count.
No titles, please. Let us bury past misunderstandings in the name of a greater cause.
So be it.
Geralt?
Bit interesting that, of course, because he was close to Ada for the past a year and a half. But he's a member of the Order, branding him immediately as an extremist, or at least someone who's, you know, working with them. Of course, Siegfried seemed like a decent fellow too, but we don't know what's happened to him during the past chapter, so during the last chapter. But he's also had too much of the extremism juice to drink, or if he's still somewhat level-headed. Well, let's see. Don't you feel the king's anger to it? The king wants to lift the curse that holds Ada. Let's mention it, just discuss.
The king wants me to lift the curse that holds Ada.
Not surprising. You succeeded once, though it nearly cost you your life. The Striga's appearance possibly spells the end for Foltest. Many say he offended the gods. Remember how she first became a Striga?
Remind me.
Remind me.
As a youth, Foltest had quite an appetite. So much so that he ploughed his own sister. Their child died at birth, but then continued to grow in its coffin, only coming out to feed. Then you arrived, and broke the spell, though apparently not completely. The Striga's reappearance proves the royal dynasty is cursed. The people are sensitive to such signs. No wonder Foltest wants you to kill the Striga.
I thought I was supposed to lift the curse.
You are to keep the Striga from becoming an eyesore.
The chance of removing the curse is minimal.
I've heard a rumor of an additional reward for killing the Striga.
I'm not interested in rumors.
You should be. It's your choice, Witcher, but give it some thought.
Farewell.
For someone who's been the bodyguard of Ada, he is very...
Our merciful master will see you now, sir. Go upstairs to his chambers.
I'll go immediately.
very insisting on us killing Ada rather than lifting the curse. Mickey was on Misu. He has summoned us. Then his chambers. Like the floor also has, reflections going on in it. That's some of that going in an earlier place too, I think. In Camorran, if I recall correctly.
Yes.
Is it the Chamberlain who's going, yes? It's someone else inside the wall. It must be above that then.
Yes.
In here? Yes, there's also a desk. Let's see if we can rob him. Just on red. There we go. Can never have too much red wine. But do drink responsibly, dear viewer. Let's see what full test has to tell us. Just in case anything goes wrong, I'm doing this again. I like the artwork and all still, and this place. Remember this for a few years.
Better not. Witcher.
Your Highness.
No need for titles. Speak freely. You've had time to think. What's the prognosis on removing the curse from my daughter?
It's possible.
Could the curse have returned by itself?
Unlikely. Someone must have cast it again.
Should you succeed, would Ada's mind be that of a child?
I don't believe so. She'd likely recall all that occurred before her transformation.
You don't believe so? You're not making this any easier, Geralt. Do what you can to remove the curse. Failing that, you may slay her without fear of retribution from me. When I last gave you my trust, you did not disappoint me.
Thank you, sire.
Don't thank me yet. Should you learn who cast the curse, tell me and only me. If you succeed, I'll grant your every wish, within reason, of course. If you must slay her, do it quickly, cleanly. If you fail, and my daughter suffers, those dear to you will suffer too.
I understand, sire.
Good.
Sire, another disease consumes your kingdom.
What would that be, Witcher?
I have been investigating an organization known as Salamandra.
My daughter dealt with them, stupid girl. I regret I ever departed. To your credit, Velerad said you thinned their ranks considerably. I trust you shall finish the matter.
Exactly my aim.
One last matter, Witcher. Forgive me, but I had you followed. I received a report about your personal life.
Your Highness?
You must know that I hardly did this out of lewd curiosity. My spies report that you are romancing Marigold. I need to know if there is anything more to it.
Triss and I were close. That's no one's business but ours. We're lovers, nothing more, nothing less. Triss is a friend and none of your concern, sire. The last one is the one that's really the odd one out, because it just goes, friend. Even though by all means, if you're not friends with your lover, something's wrong. Of course, lover sort of overrides friend in, the definition in a way. But some people are not on friendly terms with their wives or husbands, for example. So that's kind of funny to think about. In a, really makes you think. Funny, not kind of funny. But let us see. Also promised the Lady of the Lake never to lie, but I don't think that will matter too much. And by all means, we will not be lying to full test here, I don't think, but let us see. We're close, that's no one's business but ours. We're lovers, nothing more, nothing less. Let's just go with the top one, because being close is better than being lovers in a way. Because lovers can also be interpreted as, you're just having sex with each other and you're making love to each other, and that's your relationship. You're not close. But I'm not one to talk about the intricacies of relationships in this Witcher Beastie Beta Let's Play. I'm one to play the game and talk about it, and of course everything else that comes to mind, including this, but we've stalled long enough, so...
Triss and I, we're close. That's no one's business but ours.
No need to be rude, Witcher. I too loved Ada's mother. They forbade me from marrying her. But I hope you fare better. At least as a mutant, you need not worry about pregnancy. If you desire to go to Vizima, talk to my chamberlain. I shall be away from the castle for some time. See Velerad about any other needs.
So I shall. Farewell, sire.
So, Fult's a degenerate, incestuous man. But seemingly still a good king, by all means. Even if he was also a coward with Nilfgaard's Nilfgaard, but let's see. Dismount Salamander, has the king himself. Turns hold with Seema. Identity. Foltest and I talked about the women in my life, and I realized that I have feelings for Triss. My amnesia prevents me from remembering our relations in the past, but I have the impression I once loved a sorceress deeply. Triss suggested how I might regain my memory, and I think that at heart she wants me to realize she was the love of my life. Yeah. First signs of some deep manipulation is seen here. Because Yennefer of Vengerberg was Geralt's real sorceress love in the books. Triss, not so much. This hybrid of Triss and Yennefer, maybe sort of kinda, but it is going to be relevant later, and I truly mean this, later. As in later, not in half an hour later, but later. So, yeah, let's go and get ready to embark on our quest into Old Lazima.